cattle have gathered for their morning meeting. So every family has a home deity. This is Mama Ji.
ट्री हाउस है.
Tree house, yeah. Hey, this is ये गांव का tree house है ये बराबर वाला. It's a 2008 model apparently. Doesn't look in the best of shapes. आ रहा है इस तरफ आ रहा है वो. इस तरफ आ रहा है वो. So we have a train action coming up. Yes. ये तो सारे 4x4 का बाप है ये. बाप परदादा टाइप वाला. विलीस बोलते हैं शायद इसको.
मेजर जी बोलते हैं.
नहीं वो निकनेम होगा. मैं नाम विलीस बोलते हैं शायद इसको. So this is the Om Banna Dam in Chotila. This place is called Chotila. So this is that motorcycle on which Sri Om Banna ji was traveling when he met with the accident. यही बाइक थी ना जो वापस बार बार आ रही थी यहाँ पे. Sri Gajanand Ji Maharaj, Ratanada, Jodhpur. This is the main entrance arch of the temple. The Madurai and Trichy dormitories, they have gone to my head. Everywhere I'm going, I'm booking a dormitory, I'm expecting that. They have elevated my expectations to that level. So that was a quick and small 2 train spotting session wrapped up. Largely thanks to my companions Sri Om Prakash ji and Sri Hitesh Patel ji, who is gusawing inside the gaadi right now. The moment we saw the tracks, we stopped. They stopped for the washroom break. I checked the location and found out that we were right in between Pali and one very interesting station here. Locally, it's pronounced as Kerala, somewhat similar to our South Indian state of Kerala. So the upcoming station is Kerala, and the station on this side is Pali Marwad, where we alighted a few days ago. So when I checked the status of Pali Marwad, it showed the arrival of 2 trains. One was the Bandra Bhagat Ki Koti Express, which was already there, and the other one was the Ranakpur Express, which was going towards Mumbai. So the first train that we caught was an ICF rake with the WAP5, the Ranakpur Express from Bikaner to Bandra, and the other one is the LHB WAP7 hauled Bandra to Bhagat Ki Koti Express. Amazing. So half an hour well spent at this spot. ये देखा मैंने कहा था ना, ये गेट जो है बंद करके रखते हैं. यहीं पे जाना है क्या?
अभी भी बंद है.
हा? नहीं जाना है यहाँ पे.
खुले वाले
बट खुलना चाहिए था.
नहीं यूजुअली छोटे मोटे क्रॉसिंग्स में अगर कोई रोड ट्रैफिक नहीं है, दे कैन चूज वेदर दे वांट टू लीव इट ओपन और क्लोज्ड. ये इंटरेस्टिंग गाड़ी है. आगे वाला बम्पर ब्लैक, पीछे वाला वाइट.
ये ड्यूल टोन है.
क्या
ड्यूल टोन मतलब है ना.
हाँ,
वो ड्यूल टोन है.
ये पिट जाएगा मेरे से किसी दिन. ये पक्का पिट जाएगा, मैं बता रहा हूँ. जॉक ओपन करेंगे अपने लिए शायद.
माल गाड़ी है. की जगह जा.
खाड़ा
खाड़ा खाड़ा खाड़ा
So this is not the level crossing we were supposed to cross. It's the upcoming one. खारड़ा, ये देख लिखा भी है खारड़ा राइट, गाजनगढ़ लेफ्ट. ओ भाई आराम से. ओ भाई आराम से.
बहुत हैवी नंबर है.
ना हेवी वो नहीं है. आपने लास्ट मिनट में ब्रेक डाली. आराम से. ओ
यहाँ पे अभी ऑरेंज हुआ पड़ा है.
वो परमिसिव सिग्नल है. इट कैन बी ऑरेंज. permissive signal is a signal which is usually given to trains as a permission to enter the next block. Bus. They don't serve any other purpose. They don't act as a starter signal. जबकि ये LC गेट के पास है, उसको गेट सिग्नल भी बोलते हैं. अगर तुम सिग्नल में P लिख के देखते हो तो वो परमिसिव सिग्नल है. अगर G लिखते हो तो वो गेट सिग्नल है. गेट सिग्नल मीन्स इट इज़ अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ द गेट मैन. यूजुअली गेट सिग्नल LC गेट से पहले होते हैं ताकि LC गेट से वो कंट्रोल हो सके, आने वाली गाड़ियों को रोक सके जब तक LC गेट बंद ना हो. अगर LC गेट के बाद होते हैं तो उनमें देखना पड़ेगा वो किस तरह की सिग्नल होती है. अगर उनमें P लिखा है तो परमिसिव सिग्नल होती है. सो इट गिव्स द ट्रेन द अथॉरिटी टू आइदर मूव विथ कॉशन विच इज़ द ऑरेंज सिग्नल और प्रोसीड एट फुल स्पीड विच इज़ ग्रीन सिग्नल. वहाँ ऑरेंज है, इसका मतलब ये है कि जब LP सिग्नल को देखेगा स्लो डाउन करेगा गाड़ी को. स्लो डाउन करके फिर अगले सिग्नल तक का वेट करेगा कि उसमें क्या एस्पेक्ट दिखा रहा है. अगर उसमें एस्पेक्ट डेंजर है जो कि रेड, तो रोक देगा. वहाँ पे भी ऑरेंज है तो प्रोसीड करेगा उसी स्पीड पे. ये तो सारे 4x4 का बाप है ये. बाप परदादा टाइप वाला. विलीस बोलते हैं शायद इसको.
मेजर जीप बोलते हैं, मेजर.
नहीं, वो निकनेम होगा. मैं नाम विलीस बोलते हैं शायद इसको. Those of you who know the name of that Jeep, the actual name, please do let us know. So there it is, the Om Banna Dham. You can see all vehicles passing through this place. Make a quick pit stop just to make, I think they pray for their safe passage. So this is the Om Banna Dham in Chotila. This place is called Chotila. Motorcycle on which Sri Om Banna Ji was travelling when he met with the accident. RNJ 7773, the bullet motorcycle on which he was travelling when he lost his life. यही बाइक थी ना जो वापस बार आ रही थी यहाँ पे. एक बार तो कह रहा था वो दूसरी या तीसरी अटेम्प्ट पे उन्होंने चेन से भी बांध के रखे
किया था.
So on the first day they had just impounded the vehicle because it is a property of an accident. So the police apparently took the vehicle to the station because as is the procedure. And the next morning miraculously it found its way back to the spot. And yeah, this was the spot, the ditch, the location of the ditch. And the next day they decided to take the vehicle back and repeat it. And after that apparently they chained the vehicle to the police station premises. They secured it fully tight, but somehow the vehicle still made it back here. So it's believed that Sri Om Banna Ji's spirit has brought the vehicle back to the accident spot. And ever since, in popular belief, people pass this place and they make a quick a second or two stop to just pay a tribute to him. Now it's a very popular tourist spot as well as a very popular spot to visit for locals too. A lot of vehicles in Rajasthan have this. So that honk was basically the respect paid to Sri Om Banna Ji. Those who cannot stop, they honk and pay the respect to the to Om Manna Ji. Those who can stop, quickly make a stop and proceed ahead. So, in lot of vehicles of Rajasthan, you can find Jai Sri Om Manna written on the windshield. That is their belief that he will protect them from whatever mishaps that may fall upon them. It is also believed that whatever you pray here, it gets fulfilled. Again, it's a belief, to each person their own beliefs. So Hitesh has prayed something for me. He asked me to buy this and tie it around. Let us believe that positivity will prevail. इस पे लगानी है? कैसे कूदूं उसके ऊपर? तो पकड़।
यहाँ पे से स्टार्ट करके
हाँ।
कहीं से भी एक बार धागा बांध दो, वहाँ से स्टार्ट करके राउंड राउंड मारो।
So that's it, folks. The thread has been tied. Let's hope. उम्मीद पे तो दुनिया टिकी है, हम भी टिकेंगे. So you can see a lot of alcohol also being offered on prayer over there. So the legend has it that Sri Om Manna Ji was under influence when he was riding past this place, and that is when he lost his control and crashed, thus losing his life. And that's after that it's considered sacred to offer him alcohol. It's a reminder that driving under influence can cause fatal accidents. So if you are under influence, do not ride, do not drive, give it to someone who is sober. And if you plan to consume alcohol, do not travel. At least do not drive or ride. Find some place to settle down and have it. Take rest for a few hours or maybe overnight and then resume your journey. So maybe you can call that a symbolic offering, you know. People offer alcohol, but it's a reminder to them that they should not consume while driving or riding. Now we are back on the NH62. I wanted to have some colored chai there, but Hitesh reminded me that we are just about 5 kilometers from Rohit. So the day one that we landed in this region, we visited Prahlad Ji's kachori stall and had kachori mirchi vada from there along with some colored chai in the same stall. I will be going back to the same place. We will be having some of those tasty and crunchy kachoris and also mirchi vadas along with some superb colored chai. यहाँ पे चाय में तुलसी वगैरह बहुत कम डलती है ना?
अदरक वगैरह ज़्यादा डलती है।
तुलसी एक्चुअली काफ़ी अच्छा होता है चाय में।
यहाँ पे वो चलन नहीं है।
समझता हूँ। वो तुलसी जो है वो थोड़ा, जो तुम्हारा नाक बंद रहता ना,
हाँ।
गरम चाय में तुलसी डाल के पियोगे तो वो नाक को क्लियर कर देता है एकदम से।
अदरक इलायची चाय में,
हाँ वो तो हम पी चुके हैं ना, हर जगह जो पी रहे हैं अदरक और इलायची का। और
चाय बहुत कम पी है, सब जगह ज़्यादा करके अदरक डालते ही है। और चाहे कुल्हड़ हो या ज़्यादा करके यूजुअली 10 रुपीज़ ही प्राइस है, इंक्लूडिंग कुल्हड़ ऑल्सो।
Only in some fancy tourist places थोड़ा ज़्यादा चार्ज करते हैं, because for them it's a means of survival. RSRTC non-AC sleeper, जोधपुर सूरत.
They are given very special treatment by others.
अच्छा, there you are. प्रहलाद चंद जी, मांगेलाल जी प्रजापत कचौड़ी स्टॉल एंड टी स्टॉल.
और
आगे लगा लो, आगे
और
लगा.
वैसी ही भीड़.
So I just heard that Rajasthan State Road Transport Corporation (RSRTC) does not have permit to enter Maharashtra for God knows what reason. यार इनकी स्कैनिया बसेस तो शिमला चली जाती हैं.
बहुत अच्छी भी
हाँ.
है, कंडीशन बस.
I have seen Jaipur, Shimla Scania bus videos, and I don't know other interstate Volvo and Scania bus journeys. For what reason are they not allowed in Maharashtra, Mumbai or Pune for that matter? If any of you bus fans know the reason, please put it down in the comments. We are in the meanwhile going to enjoy Prahlad Ji's kachori and mirchi vada along with some colored chai. I won't be covering the interiors much because you have already seen it, but there is a sizable crowd there. I'll show that to you. ये हम प्राइम टाइम पे आ गए नहीं?
नहीं, ये पूरा दिन प्राइम टाइम ही है.
अच्छा.
मैं
The pride of Rohit. सो ऐसे ही देते हैं वो लोग, हाँ पार्सल
हाँ
वहाँ पे खाने के लिए प्लेट में नहीं देते. चलो we'll start with the mirchi vada first. Let's taste how it is. Always served piping hot. I've already given you a description of how it might taste, so I won't go more deep into that. In one of my previous videos, I've even provided a location tag of this. If you are passing this way anytime, please do stop here, have this wonderful dish, and then proceed on to your journey towards Jodhpur, Bikaner, or wherever it is that you are headed. Time for some kachori. Aram yaar, that person removed this fresh from the kadai. Each batch keeps getting prepared, is pulled out hot, served within minutes. The next batch is already frying. By the time that gets fried, the customers for that batch are already in queue. प्रजापति स्टॉल, ये चाय नहीं चाहत है. चाह के देखते हैं. Absolutely marvelous, refreshing, tasty, and I don't know how else I need to describe this, but I hope you are getting the point. This is amazing. And this is the lassi. ये कहाँ से है? बाजू वाले दुकान से. शाही लस्सी वाले.
It's creamy as
फिर से बीप लगाना पड़ेगा साले.
it is as creamy as it can be.
पसंद आया तो ख़त्म करके जाओ, घंटी बजा के आओ. ये कॉन्सेप्ट मैंने पिज़्ज़ा हट में देखी है, पता है.
हाँ
पिज़्ज़ा हट में वो घंटी वाला सिस्टम होता है, जहाँ पे तुमको खाना पसंद आया तुम घंटी बजा के आओ. घंटी बजाओगे तो पूरा पिज़्ज़ा हट घूम के तुमको थैंक यू बोलेगा. बढ़िया. ही इज़ एंजॉइंग हिज लस्सी. वी आर एंजॉइंग आवर कुल्हड़ चाय. ओ भैया, ये क्या है? ये सर्दी का मेवा. सी दैट मैकेनिज्म देयर. He has somehow managed to keep the bike in gear, switch on the engine, and it's running continuously. A supremely complicated mechanism, or a simple one seemingly complicated. This is actually Bairunath Heli. It's called the Sardi Ka Meva. I think it's some sort of a sweet dish. The interesting things we get to see all along the way. RSRTC again. A Volvo B8R belonging to Deluxe Depot. This is bound to Jodhpur. Deluxe Depot नाम का भी कोई डिपो है, आज पता चला. So we'll be heading to Jodhpur. We'll be following that bus. I have a couple of temple visits pending in Jodhpur, after which we'll be taking a retiring room and staying there for tonight. I don't know if you are able to read what's written there. It says Sri Gajananji Maharaj Ratanada Jodhpur. This is the main entrance arch of the temple. So I'm right now in Jodhpur. We have come here to visit a Ganesh Ji temple. This is on the recommendation of my mother. My grandfather, my maternal grandfather, used to work in the defense as a clerk. During the 1971 war, my mom was a very small child back then. They were posted here in these areas. My grandfather has served in Jodhpur and I think even Bikaner. They are very familiar with some localities of this place. My mother specifically asked me to visit this temple, the Ratanada Ganesh temple. So I'll just have a quick darshan and come back. It's the first time for me coming to this city, and although I've not been able to explore Jodhpur much, I will try to explore it when I come next. At least I get to have Bappa's darshan. So Jodhpur, for the uninitiated, is known as the Blue City, largely because of many of its old city buildings apparently being painted blue in color. Some of its glimpses can be seen here also in this small hillock. और कौन सा किला बताया आपने? Mehrangarh Fort. So what you see there or there, that is the Mehrangarh Fort, and this is the beautiful city of Jodhpur at sunset. And right now we are going towards Ganesh Ji's temple. दातानाडा. So what you saw so far was the vlog of our drive from Jaipur all the way to Jodhpur via Rambanna. In between that we also had a train spotting session where we could spot a couple of trains, and after that we visited Rohat, where we had the famous Prahalad Sanji Kachodi and Mirchi Vada again, followed up by the Kullad Chai. On that day I didn't notice the caption chai nahi chahat hai, but today I noticed it was, and it's not chai, it's chahat. And after that we came to Jodhpur. We visited one temple which my mother had recommended, and she remembers it from her childhood. So me visiting this after like 4 decades, more than almost 4.5 decades, is a very special moment for her. I am glad that I could give her that happiness. And after visiting the Ganesh temple, we looked out for one Santoshi Mata temple which my mother remembered from childhood, but she said it was within 2 or 3 kilometers surrounding of the Ganesh Ji temple, but we couldn't trace it. I tried asking for it from the local auto drivers and taxi walas, but none of them recognized it. But okay, maybe we need to visit or search some other time. There are 2 other Santoshi Mata temples in the city outskirts. I have added that to the itinerary for next time whenever I visit, that is, so that we can have one bucket list item. Mehrangarh Fort is still pending, and lot of other, Jodhpur itself is pending. This is more like a pit stop on the way to Bangalore. So I have checked into this dormitory in Jodhpur railway station. This is the accommodation for us for tonight for the next 12 hours. Not even 12 hours actually, it will be around 8 hours, 8 to 8.5 hours. Our train is in the early morning tomorrow from Jodhpur. So if you have guessed it already, please put it down in the comments. It will be revealed in the following vlog. This is a dormitory, non-AC dormitory. I was charged 140 rupees for this dormitory, right? So for 12 hours 140 rupees, this is fine. But the kind of dormitories I've stayed in that too AC, the kind of AC dormitories I've stayed in Tiruchirappalli Junction and Madurai Junction, the headquarters of the respective divisions in Southern Railways. That literally puts these kind of dormitories to shame. They have one huge floor area like this, but each bed has its own partition. They have each bed in that dormitory. It's a common dormitory, but each bed has its own partition. It's a simple partition with a small table, one plug point for each person in the corner, and of course their own light or fan of sorts. And if it's an AC dormitory, it will be a centralized AC, so it makes each person feel like, even though they have paid less, even though it's a dormitory, it will make them feel like they are in their own room. Having been pampered in such dormitories, this, I don't know, I feel like although right now I am the only person in this room, there are 4 other beds which may or may not see passengers, either in a few hours or maybe tomorrow. But right now I am the only person here. This doesn't feel right, after having stayed in those kind of dormitories. I don't know, I'll see if I can get photos of those dormitories and share them with you over the video. In Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, I have stayed a couple of times, and that is literally bunker bed dormitories. It's one on top of the other. At least this has 5 individual beds. So I think I have to be thankful. I should not be complaining, but the Madurai and Trichy dormitories, they have gone to my head. Everywhere I'm going, I'm booking a dormitory, I'm expecting that. They have elevated my expectations to that level. This is a dormitory with 5 beds. Hitesh is in the adjacent one. I'm in 5E, he is in 6E. Each room has one common washroom facility. There is a wash basin, and there are 2 bathrooms. Not the cleanest I've stayed in, but it has to make do, I guess. One look at the bathroom and I decided I'm not going to take bath tomorrow morning. I'll do it. I'll beep that out. So I hope you liked the vlog so far. I'm ending this vlog here. The upcoming video in this Rajasthan series will be a train journey. So it will be a journey from here in Jodhpur to another city. That will be the first leg of my return journey back home. So please stay tuned for that. I hope you're all enjoying the Rajasthan series so far. Please leave your opinions, suggestions for scopes of improvement in the comment section below. All your comments are being read. I'm taking them very seriously. And any inputs or suggestions or anything that I've missed out on this series, I'm not, as I've mentioned earlier, I've not recorded this as an infotainment series. This is just my experience. This is my first visit to Rajasthan, so I don't want to pack it with information, as there are plenty of vlogs already available with information on all the places that I've visited, and I have used some of them only as references to reach those places, to see those incidents and experience whatever I've seen. So this is more like me sharing my experiences, and I hope you are liking them. If you do have any suggestions for improvement, if you do have any bouquets, brickbats, please put them down in the comment section, and stay tuned for the upcoming video. The Rajasthan series will continue for a few more vlogs. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.